Okay, it looks like we're getting going with this. If you're hopping onto this and you're watching it recorded, I'm going to wait for a few more people to hop in. But if you're watching this recorded, go ahead and let me know where you're watching this from and what your expectations are for winter and things like that. So go ahead and just hang tight with me as I get this shared around to a couple different places. And then we will get talking about the upcoming weather. Just going to make sure the audio is all good here real quick. And as you're hopping in, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from, and then we will get started with this live stream. All right, looks like the audio is working. Awesome. Just going to put the link to the live stream in my Facebook post here. Awesome. Yeah, let me know how the audio is. Let me know how the picture quality is, all that different stuff. It's good to see you guys. All right. Good evening, everyone. Benjamin Yurkovich here with Washington Weather Chasers. We are just going to be talking about some of the weather, or the lack thereof, that we're experiencing here in Washington State. And right now we're looking at the satellite imagery. Got some clouds heading our way. If we look at the European model, there are going to be a couple little showers around the state tomorrow, not much. If we pop over to the NAM 3KM, we see that it doesn't show very much, but there's going to be some showers around tomorrow. And I'm just going to check one more thing before I get rolling with this much further. All right, 22 people in stream. Awesome. Yeah, guys, if you know that you are probably going to enjoy this stream, please just go ahead and hit that like button. That'll help get the live stream out to more and more people. And also, if you know of any groups, or if you want to share it on like a Facebook page or something like that, that'll help get the live stream out to more people as well. So I'm going to get ahead and start talking about the weather a little bit more in rapid fire fashion here. So just a couple days ago, we had some pretty fun weather. Went up to the mountain passes to check out some of the snow. And this is what I saw up at Stevens Pass. We had this snowplow that went right by my car. It was pretty fun. And the snowplows were doing a great job with Washington State Department of Transportation up there. And Stevens Pass officially, according to the National Weather Service, got about 12 inches of snow up there on, I believe that was Tuesday night. And so, yeah, good heavy snow up there. Hopefully some of that snow can stick around because the weather is going to be a bit more subdued the next couple days. But the weather was not like that today. What we had today was more like this right here. And yeah, this is what I saw today. Was down on the Everett waterfront, sunny, no rain. And it was definitely not snowing up in the mountains today. And we're going to have a bit more weather like this probably in the upcoming week as well. So let's go ahead and get going with the rest of the update here. And thanks for hanging with me, everyone. Looking at the satellite imagery here, we got some clouds coming in, a very weak system heading towards the area. The NAM 3KM going through tonight. It's going to be mostly dry, but then heading into the afternoon tomorrow, there's going to be some very light scattered showers around Western Washington. Most areas probably aren't even going to see any raindrops. It's going to be some light snow for portions of the mountains. And then down there in southeast Washington, there might be some light precipitation as well. The NAM 3KM actually shows a little bit of snow down there by Walla Walla. Let's see if the HRRR also shows that. It does not. The HRRR has even less precipitation. And the European model probably shows the least amount, but it does kind of show that hint of snow down there by Walla Walla. Let's see if there's any validity with that, with the temperatures. Yeah, the temperature is going to be right on the cusp, it looks like, tomorrow night down there by Walla Walla. And if we look at the Katura method of snow fall down there, yeah, maybe just a trace of snow. And there's been some talk about wind. There's going to be a little bit of easterly wind in the Cascade Gaps tonight, but really nothing to write home about. Into tomorrow morning, maybe some gusts up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. If we look at the HRRR model, most recent run, clicking on to gusts here. Yeah, really, it's not even really worth talking about. It's just going to be a bit breezy in the caps. And as we head into this next week, it's really not that active, guys. I mean, we right now are under a bit of a ridge. It's going to be a really weak system tomorrow night, like we talked about. You can kind of see it sliding down. And then we have more ridging going into the day on Sunday and Monday. And then we have another system that begins to kind of clip the area on Sunday night into Tuesday morning. But that's really not going to be much of a weather maker at all. And then it looks like we're going to get more ridging going into Wednesday, Thursday. And if we look at the morning run of the European model, it even continues it into Friday. And then maybe on Saturday, we end up getting something. But that's far enough out to where a lot's going to change with this. The next set of king tides is going to be next week. But fortunately for people that live in low-lying areas along the coast, it's not looking like there's going to be any strong low-pressure systems to contend with that could make coastal flooding exacerbated with large surf. There may be some slightly bigger waves on maybe Friday or Saturday, but as of now, it's not looking crazy to me. And just wanted to let you guys know, I got Washington Weather Chasers shop open. The URL for that is wawxchasers.shop. And I just uploaded this t-shirt right here. If you love heart, if you love snow. Then the reason why I did that is because on my Facebook page all the time, if you're on my Facebook page, you know, whenever I'm doing live streams and whatnot, I always say, hey guys, if you love this, if you love snow, heart this post. If you hate snow, wow this post. And so I just thought it'd be kind of fun to make a t-shirt. And I asked people what their favorite design was. And out of all the designs, this seemed to be people's favorites. And I've actually got that t-shirt linked to this video. You may have seen that tagged. And so, yeah, everything on the shop right now is 20% off. And then also, if you order over $100 of stuff, that makes shipping free. And it's going to be that way through the weekend. Got some fun things on here. I'm also going to get a calendar made up, I think, and make a couple prints. And let me know if there's any sort of products that you think would be kind of cool for the website to have. And also let me know, I'm thinking about Fourth Wall is the website that I'm using this through. And they have something similar to Patreon or Ko-Fi where you can do tiered memberships and things like that. But as of now, the best way to support the channel here is through the YouTube memberships. I've got that live. WAWX Chaser mode for $3.99 a month, or the Super Washington Weather Chaser for $7.99. And I've also got subscriptions on Facebook. And there are also a couple people that just do a recurring gift on Ko-Fi. So just wanted to kind of show you guys all those different things before I get a little bit further into this update. And so talked about the waves this week. There's really not going to be that much wave action. But there is the possibility as we head towards the later part of the week, there is going to be a king tide on Saturday. And right now, the European model is showing a little bit of a west-northwest swell. And that could be a little bit interesting with the king tides around Westport. Even if the waves aren't that big, with that direction, they can come into the bay there a little bit more easily. And then looking at the European weeklies, here's the signal for this big fat ridge that's making our weather super boring. If you guys saw my my thumbnail, try not to give you guys any frills. The weather this upcoming week, to me, looks pretty boring. But it's going to probably get a little bit more active towards the middle part of December with this look. It's a bit more of a zonal look, maybe. And then things are not super clear going later into the month. There is a little bit of a signal maybe for colder conditions around maybe the end of December to the beginning of January, but I mean, it's not a strong signal by any means, and it's all going to come down to the details when it comes to colder weather around here, of course. But I do think the weather is at least going to get a little bit more active as we head towards the middle part of the month. And as we look at the GEFS, this is looking at the American model ensemble members. We see that ridging this week, that system that moves through on Tuesday, that's going to be super, super weak with minimal rain around here. More ridging going into Wednesday, Thursday, and then maybe Friday we get some sort of system swinging through, or Saturday. And then things start looking a bit more zonal, maybe by next weekend. But you see how the colors start to look a bit more muted as we get into the weekend? That's because the ensembles are having a hard time figuring out what's going on. And, you know, I kind of like that the models aren't perfect at deciphering exactly what's happening all the time. So if you're enjoying this video, please make sure and hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. This channel is primarily going to be used for storm chasing content. If you're just hopping in and you didn't already see this, this was my storm chase on Tuesday night up at Stevens Pass, and this is primarily what this channel is going to be about. I did a 3-hour live stream on Tuesday. It was pretty awesome. It had 70,000 views, and ended up doing a couple snow angels live and whatever. Just want to make sure that the live streams are fun for people to watch and whatnot. But ended up being some pretty good conditions up there. I almost went up to Snoqualmie Pass, but I decided to go up to Stevens Pass instead, just because they were getting the better snow. So anyways, I'm going to pop this over to the satellite imagery real quick, and then I'm going to take a look at your questions. Hey, Trisha Ferreira. I really hope I'm saying your last name right. Thank you so much for that super chat. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, that's a good point. The super chats are available on the channel here now as well. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to look through your comments right now so I can make sure I'm not missing anything here. Hey, Kirk Kaplan in the house. And thanks for your support, Kirk Kaplan, over the years. Snowflake Gain, I think. All right, awesome, awesome. Nip Cow, thanks for helping me out in the channel here. Yeah, Sam Ratet with the Snowflake Gang. All right, people watching from West Seattle. Sam wants a snow measuring stick. Yeah, I think that would be a bit more of a custom item. I don't know if that would be available on Ferreira. Trisha Ferreira. All right, awesome. Thanks again for that super chat. And let me know, do you have any questions, Trisha, that you would like answered, by the way? I would be happy to answer your questions if you have any. Okay, so yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys like what you would want this YouTube channel to be primarily used for. Honestly, the main thing that I'm planning to use this YouTube channel for is live storm chasing. And every now and then I'll do a live stream just about the regular old weather around here. But really, when I enjoy doing video updates when the weather is active, I'll be honest. Trisha says, I'm taking the ferry to Friday Harbor on San Juan next Monday. So not this upcoming Monday, but next Monday. I just want to make sure. Are we talking about December 1st or December 8th? And as you're hopping into the chat, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions. And also, if you didn't see it already, make sure and check out my new shop that is live. You can find that by going to wawxchasers.shop. And I just made this Heart If You Love Snow t-shirt here. It's pretty cool. It comes in a whole bunch of different colors and sizes. And right now, everything is 20% off for Black Friday through the weekend, and then free shipping when you spend $100, which that's a pretty good deal because shipping ends up being kind of a little bit expensive, I'll admit. All right, so I'm going to see if Trisha... December 1st. All right, let's take a look at December 1st for Trisha here. Last I checked, December 1st is going to be quite dry around here. Going into the more zoomed in view right here. Probably stay on the European model here. Monday. Okay, so Monday, you're taking the ferry next Monday. Depends on what time. There might be some light rain, maybe, probably not, early on Monday morning. And then the rest of the day looks dry to me. Looking at the GFS. GFS has a little bit more precipitation later in the evening into the night than the European model does for Monday around Friday Harbor. And then, yeah, I guess the European model does have a little bit of rain, but it holds off until the night time hours. So, yeah, not expecting a lot of rain at all on Monday. It's going to be a mostly dry day up there in Friday Harbor. And even if it does end up getting a little bit of rain on Monday night, it's going to be very trace amounts. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I would be happy to answer your guys' questions if I can. Yeah, I was just kind of laughing just to myself a little bit with the thumbnail that I made for this. I'm sure you guys already saw it, but I'm just going to throw this up here. I mean, this is exactly how I feel about this pattern. It's just kind of boring, you know? It's like, I don't even really want to talk about this, but I want to keep this channel going and I want to hang out with you guys. But really, what this channel is all about is storm chasing and getting out there. Hey, Jordana Vlogs, good to see you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is getting this shop going. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, just kind of a lot of life just kept on happening. So getting this shop up and working is pretty fun for me. So yeah, hopefully we can get some more interesting weather. Looking at the European AI edition, this is that weak system tomorrow night, not really going to do much. And then there is that system Monday night into Tuesday morning. And then dry Wednesday, Thursday. And then maybe we start getting more active by Friday evening into Saturday next week. And the models have been going back and forth on what they think is going to happen beyond next weekend. So I don't even really want to talk about that because so much is going to change. Looking at your comments here, me1433 says, do you think that ridge will move and allow a shot of Arctic air to the Pacific Northwest this month? I know it's way out. I don't think so this month. I'm assuming that you're, yeah, December. Okay. I think there is probably going to be a chance at some point in December. I do find it to be encouraging. And by the way, just full disclaimer, I just kind of want to flash my little low confidence thing here. There's low confidence of any Arctic air in December, but just speculating here. It is nice that we have this ridge. Honestly, even though this weather is boring, I don't mind that we have a ridge that's blocking nearby, because sometimes what happens with these ridges is they can retrograde and move to the west, and that would allow for something like this right here to happen over us instead of to the east. Just a couple days ago, for example, what the European AI was showing was something similar to that. Showed the ridging this week, and then it kind of merges with this ridge over here by the Aleutians. They come together, and that allows for more colder air to come towards the region. But as the last several runs have occurred, it's kind of backed away from that a bit. It's really annoying on this Pivotal Weather. I'm thinking about switching to another website, because when you go to look at the EPS, it doesn't have the continental view. It only has the US. You can't look at the whole entire continent. But looking at it here, by about next weekend or so, it looks more like a zonal pattern, more active to me. And then maybe a bit more cold signals start showing up towards the mid to late part of the month, but it's not a strong signal by any means. And so very low confidence with whatever is going to happen towards the middle part of the month. I'm going to take a little drink here. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please make sure and hit that like button. And if you think you know any other people that might enjoy this channel, please let them know about it. And this channel is primarily going to be used for live streaming when we have active weather in Washington State. And sometimes I also meander to other locations like Oregon, or sometimes even the Plains. So looking at the Climate Prediction Center here. This is the next 6 to 10 days. And that's pretty boring. Sorry, not the next. I always say that wrong. It's not the next 6 to 10 days. This is looking from day 6 to 10. So December 4th through 8th. And so for the December 4th through 8th period, the Climate Prediction Center is predicting that we're going to be above normal temperatures here, but with maybe around normal precipitation. So that's not the best signal for snowpack, if that's correct. And then around 8 to 14, this is December 6th through 12th, above normal precipitation with above normal temperatures. So again, probably not the best for snow, but at the same time, these climate prediction centers, they're doing the best they can, and sometimes they don't get it 100% right. And even if it's only like 1 or 2 degrees above normal in December, we can still get some decent mountain snow. And then looking at their current 1 month, this is what I'm mostly interested in, is for December in general, and keep in mind, this was issued on November 20th, so this is a little bit outdated. They might change this here pretty soon. But they were still thinking that for Washington State that we were leaning towards probably cooler than normal, and that could change though. So we'll keep an eye on that. NOAA released 2025 to 2026. That's old. All right. Back to the satellite, looking at the comments. Let's see what we got here. 42 people. Hello. Yeah, Jen, I was looking at the winds up there and just thinking to myself, especially when that system was coming in last night, how nice it would have been if we had some Arctic air in place with a bit of an Arctic high up there in BC. Yeah, I'm still hesitating to call it a good chance in January at this point, but I would say there's a chance. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we should start getting some more opportunities to freeze. I mean, heck, even this week, if we can get some clear skies, let's take a look at that. It's going to get below freezing for much of eastern Washington tonight. And then a couple areas in Snohomish County tonight might just be able to get a little bit of frost up there in Skagit County as well, and maybe even down there by Olympia. And then going into Sunday morning. Sunday morning, look at this. Maybe some frost for portions of western Washington. Maybe not so much down there by Longview, though, where Tania is commenting from, living in Kelso. It's going to be kind of chilly up there in the mountains. Yeah, so got some kind of pseudo cold temperatures on Sunday morning, and then going into Monday morning, below freezing for much of eastern Washington again. Only a couple spots. Yeah, might get some more freezing temperatures on Monday morning for portions of western Washington, and then maybe again on Wednesday morning. Yeah, so I mean, there's probably going to be a little bit of frost for some areas going into this week, but it's not like Arctic cold or anything like that. Okay, folks. So if you enjoyed this stream, please make sure and hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this. But if you think you would enjoy something like this even more than what you're watching right now, then definitely please make sure and subscribe, because this is primarily what the channel is going to be about, doing live streams and things like that. So yeah, that's really what I'm about, is actual storm chasing. Yeah, you sent me a message on Facebook, me, about driving to Leavenworth. Yeah, hopefully that works out. Okay, everyone. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Thanks for hopping on, and I will talk to you guys later.